Hello, I'm Jerry Rigged, and this is Mass Effect 2, continuing our mail reading. No, continuing our recruitment for a suicide mission to destroy the Collectors, and hopefully stop the Reapers. Looking here, just left the Citadel last episode, and have a message from Samesh Bhatia. If you recall from Mass Effect 1, Samesh Bhatia is the husband of a person who served on Eden Prime that died during the Geth attack, and we convinced a Alliance person to release her body for burial and, similar condolences, basically. Condolences may not be the right word, but close enough. So he's responding to me, and at this point I don't plan to completely read these, but I'll scroll through them at least so that people can see what's going on. I may have skipped through the last messages, so I might end up going through those at some time. I've got the archived messages that have everything, but not too much amazing going on right yet. I've got some things to resolve here on... Well, I want to double check this, because those items that I purchased should be automatic upgrades. Yeah, so I've got the Mark A version on the Widow, Tempest, and Phalanx. And that goes to everyone that I'm working with. So she's got the Tempest and Phalanx. I don't want her to have the Phalanx. I want her to have the Carnifex. And I want her... She should use the Tempest. There is, I think on her loyalty mission, there is another submachine gun. I cannot remember if it is better or not. Cannot remember that. And I don't think... You know what, I don't think Joker has anything new, but all the stuff that he has to say is gold, so...
Commander.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
That is the nothing... That's the recurring one. That's the last one. I love the subtle message of what it means. Because
that's it for now.
You think it's just a little bit of a joke, but genuinely, that character could have fractured his finger or thumb on the button by slamming it. I mean, it's kind of a fleeting gesture for most people, but at the same time, could be pretty severe.
That Kasumi is an interesting addition to the crew. I can see why she's good at her work. She never reveals anything meaningful about herself. It's all on the surface. It'll be a challenge getting to know who she really is. Anyway, what's up?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Pretty sure I've already asked her all of those, so...
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Yes, we will, because I was going to ask you how the crew is, too.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Okay.
That'll be all.
It's always nice chatting with you.
But I do have something that I was forgetting. Thanks to my jaunt onto the Citadel. 2 little quests that I can finish out.
Commander, those provisions you provided were perfect. I owe you. I've already thrown together some of my calamari gumbo. Here, try a bite.
Creepy.
Truth told, it's based on an Asari recipe. Seems a little cannibalistic to me with their tentacle heads and all, but they ain't no good grub. Anyway, thanks again. You really came through.
What level am I at this point? Okay, so I still need quite a bit to get to the next level. Also want to double check this. I have Ancient maxed out, which means, yeah, I get maximum Paragate and Ringard. Paragate and Renegon. Paragon and Renegade. I get maximum of those. Nice.
How may I help you, Commander?
I have a present for you, Doc.
Sarah's ice brandy? You didn't. Thank you. I always regretted not opening that original bottle when I still could. I won't make the same mistake again. Why don't we open this bottle right here, right now? You and me.
You crack
do it.
open the bottle. I'll get the glasses.
I thought Alenko's biotic display might have broken Jenkins' back, but Jenkins pops up and yells, "That was awesome!" Oh, Jenkins. Soldiers like him make the Alliance great. Cerberus lacks the same enthusiasm.
With your service record, you could have gotten a tour of duty on any Alliance ship. Why'd you really leave?
Maybe it's less about leaving and more about staying. As a military doctor, I mostly treat people who are in bad shape. Often they die. And if I can help them, they move on. Either way, they leave.
Don't you have any friends or family?
No, not lacking friendship. Just stability. Joker will always have Vrolic syndrome. He would never admit it, but he needs my help, and he always will. I wish it weren't, but sadly, it's true.
Treating Joker gives you a kind of stability.
So does this ship, even if it's a copy. Or, hell, maybe it's you, Shepard. Our immovable center. A place for a person to stop and catch her breath. Or maybe I'm just happily drunk. Would it hurt if it was simple like that for once?
So, you can probably already guess from me pointing this direction, this is where I was going with it. But, we start with two options. A toast to the fallen, Jenkins, Alenko. A toast to the Alliance, not a bad one, overall. A toast to friends, a toast to Joker. But you know what? I'm not a drinker, but it seems like this is a very appropriate
Here's
one.
to simply being happily drunk.
I'll drink to that.
I don't know if it makes a difference at any point. I am happily drunk, though. That's for sure. Joker, straighten out the ship. Is it gone? I think it's gone. Look, more! Different colors. Well, of course I'm going to drink the blue. Yep, drinking more! Oh, I actually have to drink it afterward, too. Not as strong as Sarah's Ice Brandy. You can close the shutters, which at least makes some sense, even if it does seem a little bit thin.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all.
A little
I
creepy.
usually travel hidden away in cargo bays. It's nice to be able to look out a window for a change.
Glad I could help. No, I don't know if there's supposed to be a bed in here. I mean, you can't even access the room unless she's in here. So there's that. But this is supposed to be like the crew rec area. Seems a little odd to have a bed here. I guess we probably just put a bed here just for her. Would make sense.
Don't laugh, I like those books. Romance novels, crime novels, the classics. There's something about the feel of actual paper in your hands, their musty smell. It's relaxing. Keiji used to find books for me while on the job. Some of these are more valuable than the objects he was hired to steal. That's my favorite piece, painted for me by a child prodigy from Elysium. She was the cutest thing. She was kidnapped by slavers who hoped to sell her on Omega. I wasn't about to let that happen. I set up an idea as a buyer's rep to get a special tour of the slaver's vessel. Once aboard, I freed the girl and smuggled her off the ship. She painted that for me on the way home. I'll never forget how it felt to watch her work. I stole that on a dare, believe it or not. There was a big museum show coming to Ilium. Artifacts from Earth going on tour. Very high security. KG dared me to steal this. So I broke in, hacked the security, put a few guards to sleep, and replaced the piece with a worthless duplicate. They never knew the difference. My first museum job. Nowhere near the last. The Red Rose. That used to be my calling card when I first started out. In place of whatever I took, I left a single red rose. It wasn't until I met Keiji that I realized how silly it was. He had a way of making you realize when you were just being sentimental.
No, I guess that's it. Right, I have to go to Omega for the other stuff. So, I guess maybe that should be my goal. Or not my goal, my destination. Oh, interesting. Let's see, Omega. I mean, I can take Kasumi. I'm going to stick with these two, but I'm going to change her appearance back. And still have the same number of points. We need to do Kasumi's at some point. I might do that off video. And don't need to worry about their equipment. So for the moment, we're good.
Welcome to Omega. You're new here, aren't you? I can always tell. Allow me to... Oh, hello, Mocklin. I was just...
Leave, Fargate, now.
Of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Blasted scavengers. Welcome to Omega, Shepard.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had you tagged the moment you entered the Terminus systems. You're not as subtle as you think. Arya wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to Omega. I suggest you go to Afterlife now and present yourself.
Cut the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Arya for keeping an eye on you. Afterlife, now.
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morton Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also accessed messages between mercenary groups regarding plans to deal with the Archangel. There's a recruiting station at Afterlife that may have information on him.
Please. Please. You have to help me.
No one said you could talk, jackass.
You Zaid Masani?
Yeah, that's me. You must be Commander Shepard. Hey, we have a galaxy to save.
I assume you've been briefed?
I've done my homework. Cerberus sent me everything I needed to know.
My contacts told me we're picking up one man, not two.
Batarian delinquent. Pissed off someone rich enough to hire me to go after him. And for my bring him in alive rates, even.
Please. I didn't do it.
I said shut it. Tried to lead me on a chase all over the systems. He should have known better. These people always run to Omega.
What's your relationship with Cerberus?
Easy. Cerberus is paying me a lot of money to help you on your mission. That's the long and short.
Not many mercs would take a suicide mission for the pay.
Most mercs don't get an offer like the one Cerberus sent me. This mission doesn't sound like good business, but your elusive man can move a lot of credits.
Fair enough.
Good to have you, Zaid. We have a lot to do.
That's what they tell me. I assume the elusive man told you about our arrangement.
No. I guess he decided to leave that information out of the dossier.
Good thing I asked. Picked up a mission a little while back, just before I signed on with Cerberus. Thought you might be interested. You heard the name Vito Santiago? He's the head of the Blue Suns, runs the whole organization. Seems he recently captured an Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zoya, and is using their workers for slave labor. The company wants it dealt with.
I'm standing a little close to him.
I'll make sure we get that done.
Good. Get it out of the way so we can concentrate on being big goddamn heroes.
You're not Jane.
I better turn this thing in before it starts to stink. I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
Alright. And hey, Afterlife! Big place. Big place. But first... Can I talk to this guy? No. Okay, not too surprising. Oh.
Omega, what a piss hole. At least it keeps you on your toes. I've had to come here on business before. I feel like I need a shower afterward, in addition to normal decontamination.
Under Admiral Hackett's orders, money raised from wedding fees goes to funds for Alliance veterans.
A human colony called Freedom's Progress has been attacked by unknown sources. On the chronicle of the humans' failure to Alliance has dispatched aid and transport vessels in an effort to ease the suffering among the ruins of the human colony.
Do I want to start this way or do I want to start the other way? I don't want to start the other way.
Windfalls are expected. The Vorcha, a blight on Omega's society, or a boon for the station's depressed labor market.
Oh, it's still wow, okay.
Vorcha's adaptive capabilities shows that with the proper treatment, young Vorcha can be molded into productive members of society.
I don't remember what you have to do to get in there.
Yes. Flesh.
Progress has generated a swift but confused response. 8 vessels have been sent.
Leave, human. Tell Captain Gavon we not kill anyone today.
I don't know a Captain Gavor. Why would I tell him anything?
Not trust you. Tell Gavon we know his tricks. We not kill anyone today.
There seem to be a lot of Vorcha on Omega.
Go away. Talk too much. Gavon's thugs get no more. We leave.
Good talking to you.
No more talk. We know Gavon's tricks. We leave.
Whoever Gavorn is seems to have had a good day.
This place. How can these people be left to rot like this?
You don't understand, or you don't want to?
Doesn't really matter.
No. Omega has worked this way for a very long time. No one's changing it now.
Jacob, you're getting in my way.
Ships sighted have been small scouting vessels that rapidly retreated. The Council has pledged a full investigation.
Imagine this. You're in the Nexus.
Hello there. Might I interest you in some salvage tech? Every credit goes toward a ticket to get me off this forsaken rock.
Good for you?
I buy a lot of parts and equipment. Maybe we can make an arrangement.
Well, you seem like a decent person, but you can't breathe a word of it to Harry.
Of course.
Then we have a deal. Maybe I'll at least sell something to you.
What brought a nice kid like you to Omega?
My pilgrimage. What money I had got stolen within a few days, so I decided to sell salvaged parts. You can see how that turned out. Harrod's forcing me to sell high, and I can't even afford a ticket off this station.
Why does Harrod control your prices?
Harrod made me swear not to undercut him, no matter what. He was here first, so it's his right. But no one will buy from me when he's so much cheaper. I can't save enough money for a ticket off the station.
Now, I hope this doesn't give me renegade points. My understanding is you can both talk to Harrod, and pay his way. Which I'd be willing to do.
I could go talk to Harrod for you. Get him to ease up.
I won't stop you. If you can convince him to lay off, then maybe I'll get off this station after all. His shop's up the ramp, near where Marsh sells his goods. Anything you can do will be much appreciated.
Why does Harrod control your price?
Harrod made me swear, but no one will buy from me when he's so much...
I have to go.
Please check with my kiosk to see what I have.
That's not what I wanted to do.
Welcome back.
I have to go.
Please check with my kiosk to see what I have.
I actually wanted to look at the kiosk. Hey, look! Yes! I can afford that. I don't need to, though. I actually really don't need to. I already have the heavy weapons that I want. I'd like to get that, but it's expensive. And I wouldn't mind getting that, but it's expensive. So, that's gonna have to be it. But this is why I came down here first, so I could talk to Harris after.
Devlon Industries. Fine sidearms for your personal protection.
I might have something here for humans. Not much.
I'm in the mood to spend some money, but I think I can find better stuff elsewhere.
You won't find a better selection anywhere. Unless you're willing to risk the black market.
I'd rather deal with you than give money to those thieves. You sure we can't make a deal?
Look, I can't compete with the black market. I have to make a profit. I'll do what I can, but don't tell anyone or I'll lose my shirt.
I don't quite get how that's Paragon actions. But I'll buy a Turian cruiser from you, and... Do I want to buy a Fornax? Do I really want to buy a Fornax? Just to purchase everything, I will buy an issue of Fornax.
Captain Hannah Shepard has apparently turned down an Admiral star and will remain in command of the Orzhova. The captain deemed her promotion to Admiral a political ploy and said that she could best honor her child's legacy by captaining a ship.
Oh, right. Mom. I haven't talked to Mom yet. Okay, so I'll bring this up later on.
Tentatively excited. Welcome, human. What can I get for you?
That's right. Harrod is an Elcor. Which basically means he's an Elcor godfather. Kind of. Not godfather, I guess, but...
Tell me about your deal with the Quarian over there.
Suspicious. If I had made such a deal, I would certainly not be inclined to discuss it. Accusatory. I don't understand how it is any concern of yours.
He has a cigar. I just noticed that.
What if you and I make a deal? You let him set his own prices, and I won't break your legs.
With barely contained terror, you drive a hard bargain, human.
I haven't even started.
Resignation. Very well. I will release the Quarian from his promise. Conciliatory. To show there is no ill will, I offer you a discount on my own wares.
So, that went well.
What kinds of things do you sell here?
Friendly, salvaged parts. All kinds, mostly legitimate. With pride, my prices are the lowest anywhere on the station. You won't find salvage cheaper than mine.
I have things to do.
Courteously, have a fine day. Take a look at my kiosk if you want to buy anything.
Hey, a Geth ship. That's actually kind of pricey. Hack module. Okay, so the hack module is kind of pricey, but it doubles the time limit that I have for a hack. And I don't necessarily need that now, but it might become in handy later, and I'm just going to go ahead and purchase it.
This is valuable.
I heard you spoke to Harren. Thank you so much. At this rate, I'll be off the station in no time.
How much do you need to get off Omega?
I still need 1,000 credits to pay my way, but I couldn't let you do that. This is my mistake on my pilgrimage. It's my problem.
So, here's the deal. A, this guy is willing to fess up for his own errors, and I appreciate that. B, it's 1,000 credits. I get that when I talk to somebody. Actually, I got that when I talked to the other Quarian on Citadel. I just think that's funny. I'm gonna go ahead and give him 1,000 credits.
Here you go. 1,000 credits. Get out of here.
Thank you. With this, I can finally continue on my pilgrimage. I'm going to buy my ticket right now. Thank you again.
And that gives me experience and Paragon, which is just nice. And I can still buy from here for whatever reason. So it doesn't break the store or anything. It's just, yeah. How does this work? Oh, that goes into this corridor. Didn't I go somewhere that turned around into a... No, yeah, that goes in... Where does... Oh, that goes in... Okay, that goes back out this direction. Okay. Yeah, so I'll go out this way. Bouncing my head.
Go on in. Arya's expecting you.
I don't know who Kylan is.
What are you looking at?
Don't you have something better to do than pick fights with people you don't know?
No, just the ones who get in my face.
You see my gun. Do you really want to do this?
Fine. You're off the hook. For now. See you around.
I honestly have no idea who this guy is, that he's actually named. May as well, right? I'm in a bar. It's fine. They don't talk, but it is kind of loud. Wow. I'm assuming people can hear me. Let's see. Can't talk to you yet, okay. Go ahead and talk to Helena. Yes, Helena, who I made a very persuasive argument to leave the criminal enterprise, and now she's on Omega.
Commander Shepard? Is that you? I'd heard you were dead. I'm Helena Blake.
We met a few years ago. I don't expect you'd remember. You removed 2 criminal warlords from power and persuaded me to retire. I'll never forget it.
What brings you to Omega?
What brings anyone to Omega? Opportunity, success, failure, all of the above. I find this place suits me. I can bring it a certain air of civility, I suppose.
And now you're on Omega. Once a criminal, always a criminal, eh?
Oh no, Commander. I retired. I know better than to go back on my word with you. You convinced me to turn my life around. I'm a social worker now, believe it or not.
That seems like a hopeless job in a place like this.
Quite the opposite, actually. This place needs it more than most. Doing the good work in a place like this requires that one understand how things truly work, which makes me uniquely qualified.
That's more noble than I expected.
Noble? No. It's just that someone came along a few years ago and made me see the error of my ways. You convinced me that I could use my contacts and skills for things other than smuggling and exploitation. I thank you for that.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're keeping out of trouble.
Thank you. This is all to your credit, Commander.
I have to go.
Of course. You must have more important things to do.
Yep. That's like the best outcome. I find it very interesting they actually came out with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and head back up here. There's nothing down. I know what's down there, and there's no need to do that yet. Yeah, I mean, I like how they handled that situation. It could have been just a throwaway thing, and they actually made it a very deep and kind of thoughtful outcome.
That's close enough.
Jacob's not even looking at anything, or pointing at anything.
Stand still.
If you're looking for weapons, you're not doing a very good job.
Can't be too careful with dead specters. That could be anyone wearing your face.
I was told you're the person to talk to if I have questions.
They're clean.
Depends on the questions.
You run Omega?
I am Omega. But you need more. Everyone needs more something, and they all come to me. I'm the boss, CEO, queen, if you're feeling dramatic. It doesn't matter. Omega has no titled ruler and only one rule. Don't fuck with Arya.
Have I been saying area? Because apparently it's Arya, and I think some people have been saying area.
I like it. Easy to remember.
If you forget, someone will remind you.
And then I toss your sorry ass out the nearest airlock.
Been there, not looking for a repeat.
So, what can I do for you?
So I got two options on Omega Station. Archangel and Morden. Or I can just do a general investigate, which, seems,
One scan and we're straight to business? People are usually more concerned about who I am.
Your death was downplayed, but hardly what I call a secret. I had to make sure it was really you. You could have been anyone, anything. Whatever you need will come out on its own. I'm curious, but Omega doesn't really care about you.
Tell me how you got set up here.
That's as privileged as information gets. I have many friends and enemies I keep at varying distances. I don't count you among either. We'll see how useful you prove. Short answer, mind your own damn business.
Fair enough.
So, you must know what's what on Omega.
Everything that's worth knowing. I don't usually give it out freely. Information is power. Mundane things you can find yourself. Take a walk in a back alley or buy one of the mercs a drink.
Better yet, talk to the entertainers. They give great tours. Just don't waste my time.
I'm trying to track down Archangel.
You and half of Omega. You want him dead too?
Why's everyone after him?
He thinks he's fighting on the side of good. There is no good side to Omega. Everything he does pisses someone off. It's catching up to him.
Just the kind of guy I'm looking for.
Really? Well, aren't you interesting? You're gonna make some enemies teaming up with Archangel. That's assuming you can get to him. He's in a bit of trouble right now.
What kind of trouble?
The local merc groups have joined forces to take him down. They've got him cornered, but it sounds like they're having trouble finishing him off. They've started hiring anybody with a gun to help them.
Sounds like that might be our ticket in.
They're using a private room for recruiting. Just over there. I'm sure they'll sign you up.
What can you tell me about Archangel?
Not as much as I'd like. He showed up here several months ago and started causing all sorts of problems. If you make your own laws, which everyone here does, he makes life difficult. He's reckless and idealistic. But he seems to know enough to stay clear of me.
Which merc groups are after Archangel?
Blue Suns, Eclipse, Blood Pack. They're Omega's major players. Unless they're at war, you'll never see them together. But one thing they hate more than each other is Archangel.
I'm not sure that I want to get renegade points by taking that, but...
Do you hate Archangel?
I don't have time for hate. But I distrust them all equally. For now, I'm happy just to let them kill each other.
Yeah, that's...
I appreciate the help.
See if you still feel that way when the mercs realize you're here to help him.
I'm looking for Morden Solus. Do you know where I can find him?
The Solarian doctor? Last I heard, he was trying to help plague victims in the quarantine zone. I always liked Morden. He's as likely to heal you as he is to shoot you.
What can you tell me about him?
Used to be part of the Solarian Special Tasks Group. He's brilliant and dangerous. Just don't get him talking. He never shuts up. If you really need to find him, take a shuttle to the quarantine zone. No guarantee they'll let you in, of course.
Okay.
Thanks for the information.
Yes. Just try not to bring the plague back with you.
I hear you're recruiting.
Why don't you step inside? You'll get paid when the job's done, just like everyone else. Who's next? You three look like you could do some damage. Looking for a good fight?
Sure, if this is the place to go after Archangel.
This is the place. Standard fee is 500 credits each. You get paid when the job's done. If you die, your friends don't collect your share. You'll need your own weapons and armor. Looks like you got that covered. And no, this does not make you a member of the Blue Suns, Eclipse, or the Blood Pack. You are a freelancer, period. Any questions?
Why are the mercs working together to take down Archangel?
You haven't been on Omega long, huh? He does everything he can to screw with us. Shipments go missing, operations are compromised. Every month it gets worse. Tarek and the other bosses are tired of losing credits. And men.
Is he a heavy hitter? How many merc bosses are involved in this attack?
Yeah, Tarek runs the Blue Suns, but all three bosses are overseeing the operation. Jarrett's leading the Eclipse and Garm's the head of the Blood Pack. Tarek's in charge, but the others would never say that. I'm surprised they're in on this at all, but I guess getting rid of Archangel is worth it.
What do we do once we're there? How do we get to Archangel?
The mercs will tell you when you get there. Last I heard, they were putting the freelancers into scouting groups. They attack in waves to distract Archangel while we try to get past his defenses.
So we're just fodder for his bullets?
If you don't like it, don't sign up. But if you do your job right, it's easy credits. Besides, what are the odds he can kill all of you?
Seems like a lot of trouble for just one guy.
He had a whole team, but we've dealt with them. Now he's just one guy. But he's got the advantage. It's his base of operations and he knows we're coming. He's planned for an attack like this. We've lost a lot of men trying to get to him already.
It's gonna be tough to get to him.
Like chasing a Vorch out of the sewer pipes. But that's why we're recruiting. If we just keep throwing fighters at him, we'll get him eventually.
Sure.
Where's the attack taking place?
Archangel's base of operations. He's been hiding right under our noses. I can't tell you exactly where you're going, but we'll get you there.
Where do we go?
Just head over to the transport depot outside the club. One of our boys will take you from there. Send in the next one.
Hey, is this where I sign up?
You look a little young to be freelancing as a merc.
I'm old enough. I grew up on Omega. I know how to use a gun.
So does Archangel.
I can handle myself. Besides, I just spent 50 credits on this pistol, and I want to use...
Get your money back.
Hey, what are you...
Trust me, kid. You'll thank me later.
I'm pretty sure I just broke an SMG. Yep. I'm just that nice.
You want to talk? Talk to Arya.
Okay. That is a very true problem.
Come on, let me in.
Okay, so it is about that time, a little bit shorter than last episode, but that is Omega, mostly. Next is going to either the quarantine zone, or basically, it literally is a choice of this way or that way, quarantine zone, or to deal with Archangel. Yeah. Gonna have to pick which one I'm gonna be doing. But for now, if you have any comments on the game, gameplay, or my own performance, or anything in general, do feel free to comment. If you enjoyed the video, do please like, and have a good day.